Welcome back to day 2 of our final week of the summer split. We're going to keep the action coming with our next fight, CounterLogic Gaming versus Evil Geniuses. Now, after EG's upset win over Cloud9 yesterday, Crepo captured the feeling of the team and all the fans when he said, "The dream is alive."
Yeah, Evil Geniuses, they have made a late season push for a playoff spot, and they're getting results. They have won 4 of their last 6 games. Yesterday, Altac once again came up huge, backing up a 13 KDA on Tristana without dying a single time in their win over Cloud9. Pobelter also was a huge part of that game. His Twisted Fate, he pretty much pulled gold card after gold card over and over in all of the team fights. He also grabbed that kill onto Meteos as he was attempting to invade the jungle, which really got the ball rolling in their favor.
And of course, we've still got a lot of ground to cover to get to that playoff spot for EG. And if they were thinking that CLG's sub-roster would be an easy win, well, they might be thinking twice after yesterday.
Yeah, Hotshot, GG, and friends put up a really good fight against Dignitas. They were able to create small skirmishes and draw their opponents into a couple of good fights. As to be expected, you know, they did struggle with some communication issues and were unable to really translate their kills into objectives. But Nien in particular had a great game on Gragas, going toe-to-toe with Zion Spartan and forcing Dignitas to react to his split push pressure. If the stars are aligned, they could get wins this week still. They've got 3 more chances.
Sure, right now the tide with Dig. Maybe they could end above them in the playoffs as Dig aren't having the best game so far. We're going to see what happens. We'll check out the starting lineups. On the blue side, CounterLogic Gaming, kind of. Nien in the top lane, Think Card in the jungle, Hotshot GG as mid laner, Chaos, why not, as AD carry, and Baby on support.
And on the red side, it's Evil Geniuses. Up top, Inox. In the jungle, Helios. Mid, Pobelter. AD carry, Altec. And support, Crepo.
So as we get ourselves into the game, always got to talk about playoff race as we go in. EG did get hurt a little bit by the fact that Curse won that game. EG have to, I believe, now win every single game if they want to make 6th place. Now, EG owns the tiebreaker against Curse, so just by getting those wins, they would also own tiebreaker against Complexity, so they wouldn't even need playoff games, or tiebreaker games.
Yeah, exactly.
If they would 3-0 against guys who lose, and EG would be in, but they have to win this game for sure.
Yeah.
CLG, no chance of second, I believe, anymore, but they are equal to Dig right now. And pretty far away from Curse as well. So where they end up in that 4 or 5 is generally where this is going to mean.
The CLG squad is pretty much planned for pride. And in all the interviews they've said, it's a lot about fun for these guys too. A lot of them have been in the LCS at one point or another. And it is refreshing to see them back in here, strutting their stuff.
Everybody just in their headsets there. Even Crepo was doing it, being part of the Cool Kids Club. Evil Geniuses, they have done pretty well so far, though. You heard Inox say, if we have the best week of our competitive careers, then we can make playoffs. They took out C9, the team that's actually tied for first place in wins. They do have more losses than LMQ, but Cloud9 have now tied first place in wins. EG took those guys out convincingly. CLG should be, to be honest, a fairly easy game for them. And then they just have Complexity and LMQ to go afterwards. Like, the 4-0 dream is a real possibility for Evil Geniuses. Got to see if they can do it, though.
Yeah, they're actually 2-2 against Cloud9 over the whole season now after that. So going even with Cloud9 in a split, that in itself is definitely something.
So Evil Geniuses and CLG have begun champ select. Inox's Nidalee goes away, and no one is surprised. Hotshot's not going to get Syndra, but his Zilean is the champion to look for there. Xerath disabled at this time.
Yeah, I wonder if EG will concentrate all of their bans on Hotshot and just try and take a single player out of the game. Yesterday, Dignitas kind of spread them over the whole crew.
Yeah, well, the thing to me is Nien was, I felt like, the biggest factor for CLG. He was beating up Zion Spartan all game long, and
yeah, he was
scary.
He was leading in CS. He also took the turret. He was split pushing all game,
right?
Trying to draw the Dignitas apart.
There's the Gragas ban. Nien's not going to get that. That's one of the cool things about the teams that get to play later. They get more research on CLG. What they play last time, we'll ban that.
Yes, but on the same token, CLG now have experience.
That's true.
They get more experience every game in the LCS.
Like doubled their total number of games played together as of yesterday. CLG release and ban away from Helios. One last ban for them. They say, yeah, we'll get away Helios' Rengar.
Yeah, CLG, by the way, are coming into these guys with absolutely no practice. They played one ranked 5s game, not even a scrimmage against another LCS team, just a ranked 5s game to prepare for this.
You know, observation about the Rengar ban. We keep getting this flack about North American Rengar stuff, but the only good Rengar we have is Dominate, the actual North American player. If it's Dexter and Amazing and Helios, we're pulling down the average on Rengar.
That's true. We're actually pretty low on North American junglers in the North American LCS. A lot of them are imports. Let's see here.
Yeah, not bring fiddlesticks. Doubt it.
Yasuo is a ban also targeted at Nien, by the way. That's not really a hotshot character there. So Nien draws 2 bans because of his performance yesterday.
Yeah, top Yasuo was a big thing for him on his little challenger team. He's just covering everything.
You never know what they're going to do. These guys
clicking around. Hasn't been in a champ select in a while. He forgets. Oh! Nautilus comes through. I think Cart's like, what are you doing? Oh, okay. Looks like they had a bit of an issue.
A dissension in the ranks here.
Headset comes off. Think Card is actually still confused.
So they may still be having a few communication issues.
Yeah. I'd say that's pretty fair to say. I mean, so Super Hot Crew did this a little. I think it was Super Hot Crew.
I was all ready to jump on the Nautilus train.
Yeah, I was okay with that one.
Yeah, ThinkCard, he's ahead of the times right now.
I mean, I've seen this happen before in the LCS as well. I think it was Mimer of Super Hot Crew. His team was like, all right, so you banned Gragas, pick Morgana. He's like, all right, I'm going to ban Morgana and pick Mundo. And they're like, what are you doing? He's like, don't worry, I got this. And then he lost.
Oops. Yeah, that's fine as long as you actually get results.
Yeah. Disobey the team, acquire wins, but if you acquire losses, you did the wrong thing here. ThinkCard is still laughing about that. That man is jovial.
He's like, are you kidding? I'll play Nautilus.
Give Hotshot that champion. He knows it.
It's true. Hotshot would.
They could lane swap.
The Hotshot. I don't think we. Hotshot's a mid laner.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. It's no longer George of the Jungle.
He had a stint in the jungle, but he's lost the grain of magic.
Lost the grain.
It ran out.
It's fine. It's fine. You know what? Jungling is a hard profession to have. I understand. So it's okay. Just move right back onto the mid lane, where it feels like everyone role swaps to mid lane. By the way.
That's not true.
I feel like it's really frequent for what it's worth. I don't know.
Put that out there.
Uzi became a mid laner for a while. Went back.
So what do you make of Nien since he became a mid laner, but then he also became top?
He was originally an AD carry player. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, I don't know.
You're just.
It's so much harder to roll swap the top lane. It requires so much more skill than mid lane.
The shorter the lane that you swap to, the better?
The easier it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Going jungle's the easiest. No lanes at all.
Or is it the whole map, so it's the hardest?
It's the hardest, actually. Yeah, that's the one. Got you, Kobe.
All right, round 2, we got this.
All right, I think the bans are going to stay the same. I predict a Yasuo ban and a Rengar. Got him! That's what Nien had to do. Lulu top for Nien here.
Lulu, pretty much just like Nautilus.
Similar. Both junglers. Watch the spotlight, it's true.
It is a good top laner here, though. So 2 bans focus at Nien, and Nien picks up pretty much the next best thing here. I think this is actually a really good start for this CLG sub-squad in the picks ban so far.
Yeah.
Because they do get a pretty big bully up there.
And Nien, if he can beat up Inox, that'll be a good thing for the team. Evil Geniuses lock in Tristana, probably for Altec here. But we will see as Elise comes through for Helios. ThinkCard actually is a big Lee Sin player, but they banned it themselves.
That Tristana is a bit scary. I mean, the Kog'Maw is definitely up there for Chaos if he wants it. But the early lock-in of Tristana, no fear here.
To me, Chaos is still going to be Corki or Twitch, I think.
In that case, CLG would have to tailor the rest of their team around pushing hard mid-game.
Oh.
But they do not, really. Mundo definitely takes a bit of time to scale, especially if he comes from the jungle. Well,
no.
Lulu that is or a support Lulu.
You don't think it's Hotshot?
Is what that might mean. That's true. It could be Hotshot.
We still got to see him, and we've seen.
All right, fine. It is hot.
I mean, as far as CLG is concerned, Afromu's played some support Lulu here. CLG, as a team, must be used to this pick.
because they've seen the other CLG play it.
Yes, that's
on
how it works.
stream, saw it on stream. We're comfortable with it.
Confirmed. It's the roster here.
There's the Wonder Twins.
Mm-hmm. Shyvana the Hover, of course. Think back to the old days of top lane. I mean, Nien versus Inox, Mundo versus Shyvana. That's just like last split repeating itself, basically.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll see how Nien does handle that Mundo versus Shyvana matchup. Because after Shyvana's nerfs, took her down a little bit. So Mundo can hold his own occasionally. But it's not even going to be a Shyvana. It is that Maokai once again. So popular right now. And we will have this matchup of the two tankiest tanks in the league. Top two mega tanks here.
All right, guys. We will watch them when they get into team fights. Otherwise, we'll just see the CS numbers tick up. The Braum does come through for Crepo. Might just be wrong about KX champion pool. Kog'Maw does come through, so never mind.
Yep, you're back down to 0 points for you.
Yep.
You got the Yasuo ban, but...
and the Rengar ban. Don't worry, I got two.
Oh, okay, there you go. You got
there
bonus.
you go.
And anyways, though, we saw this Morgana Kog'Maw lane do an incredible amount of work in the last game. We'll see if KX and Baby can bring the same sort of pressure. As we said, Sneaky and Lemon have been playing together for years. KX and Baby been playing together for 2 days. Yeah.
It's a small amount of time, but hopefully they can get the synergy going. Sometimes it's a natural. Sometimes it just works out the very first time around.
Well, they do have Evelyn on their team, and last time, ThinkGuard, he had a successful first gank for First Blood onto Cutie Pie. So,
and Stigmatize.
If a binding lands, you know, Baby has shown accuracy with his skill shots. CLG here have a very nice late game. Like they can actually go toe to toe, even though it's a Tristana with Ziggs and Maokai. You know, Kog'Maw and Mundo are nothing to scoff at in the late game.
Yeah.
So they can hold their own.
It's the interesting thing where both teams have champions they'd really like. CLG, I think, on fairly comfortable champions. They have really good lanes as well. But this is a comp EG would love to have almost every single game. I think everyone on one of their top 2 champions in the role. We'll see what happens with that. Going to take a look now at the voting on lolesports.com. And right now, of course, 71% of you think that KX and crew will take the win.
But if you change your mind, you can send your vote to at LO Esports and use the hashtag either CLG win or EG win. So let's take a look at what they do have in store.
Smiles.
ThinkGuard is much happier now that he has Evelyn rather than Nautilus. He's a fan of the invisibility.
Yeah.
Now, I was talking to Hotshot, and they were like, oh, you know, how do we decide what to ban? And they were just like, just ban champions that we don't like. And Hotshot's first answer was Evelyn, because I don't like stealth.
Yeah.
They didn't ban it, though. They got it for ThinkGuard, so it's a big champion for them.
Right, yeah. So they got that one stolen away. Also, it was like, well, what about Twitch? You remove that one on top of that. KX just grabs it last game, deny it. It was a denial pick there. But CLG, though, they're facing against, honestly, pretty top-tier picks for EG. EG have a comp they want.
And it's a scary-looking EG right now. They performed really well against Cloud9 in that game.
Yeah, they did. EG looking for the playoff dream here. They need to win every single game now. And today is no different. Counterlogic Gaming load onto the Rift. And here we go.
All
Nia
right.
and Hotshot. Familiar faces, the rest not so much in CLG jerseys.
CLG, can they do it? They have had a day to work together now.
Welcome
So
to
we'll
Summoner's
see
Rift.
what the plan is coming in on day 2. To be fair, yesterday they had a lot more success than pretty much anyone thought that they would have.
True.
In large part due to Nien.
Yeah.
And Mundo, if he gets an early lead, can definitely be a big menace.
Well, the aggressive wards start coming down. Evil Geniuses do get a ward on the opposing red buff. ThinkGuard does the same.
Inox gets pretty deep there. Doesn't drop his ward off at the buff, though.
Uh-oh.
And Nien already striking once again. Oh!
It's kind of funny. You're throwing notes of paper into a tree.
That's just insulting, right?
Yeah. Here's all your dead relatives.
Watch what happens when he throws a sapling back at him.
It refreshes Nien's ammo.
Then we're just getting Just getting weird. All right, Nien is going to help out ThinkCard with this blue buff start. So both junglers on blue buff starts. That means there possibly could be more pressure on Nien early with Elise heading up there. Helios almost always goes for a 3-minute double buff gank. He is a very, very aggressive early jungler. We'll see if he targets it at Hotshot or if he decides to target Nien early on.
And the thing is, they're going to be on opposite sides of the map, too, so ThinkCard won't be there to counter gank.
Oh, he's heading up. He could go for a kill onto this Elise. The Evelyn sneaky second buff. Well, I guess we could just call it a sneak attack, but it's a pretty shady move. Oh, he's just going to steal it. So he's rushing over there.
Helios went and grabbed his
Not
own
looking
wolf
for
camp.
the kill, but he gets it in time. ThinkCard with the risk, and it pays off.
Absolutely, it does. Doesn't even have to smite, but he does for good measure.
Well,
Helios says, right. Well, it was down to like 10 health though, and he's like, yeah, I'll just smite it, make sure. And
successful steal.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. And of course, he could make his way back to his side of the map, but Helios looking top lane.
Yeah, even without the second buff here, Helios, he's angry. He wants to make someone pay for this steal. Very good game sense by Nien, by the way. Stolen red buff, immediately goes to ward down there to make sure this Elise doesn't come back and answer. Let's see what ThinkCard can do with this, because ThinkCard has managed to secure a 3-buff start, a rarity in the North American LCS, pulled off by the CLG sub-squad. It's a pretty early move from CLG, worked out well for them. However, they're still down in CS, so the global gold not going their favor.
Not just yet, but ThinkCard still is going to be powerful in his own right. Closer and closer to level 4. Hotshot GG's Lulu gets Powelter's Ziggs right now on a small deficit, but not much. ThinkCard looking mid.
Now, Powelter does have 2 defensive wards. Hotshot kind of gives it away here, I think.
Couple of slows, but the Soundshot was already burned, so Powelter taking a whole bunch of damage, pops his heal, and jumps away. Helios back to top lane. Nien lands a slow, but he's been rooted in place. Flashes the cocoon. He will stay safe, takes some damage.
Great flash. We went over already how good Maokai is about setting up ganks. And Nien barely able to escape there. Well done by him, but he's going to need some extra ward coverage because a repeat visit by Elise would be very, very, very scary for him.
Oh. ThinkCard.
More success in the bottom lane.
Slow into Altec.
Altec probably giving it, or Chaos probably giving away the fact that there is a jungler here going that aggressive. Everybody holding their breath.
If you recall, she shows herself to that ward. So she's just wasting time right now. EG not playing aggressively enough to get ganked, and looks like these guys will stay safe. And Evelyn back into the jungle, has plenty of money to buy a Spirit Stone if she wanted it, but not yet.
But not very big of a health pool. So this is not a, I'm going to go get doubles and then come back to try and gank again. This is a definite recall. Needs to go purchase. And we'll see, because I'm looking for some deeper wards here from both teams, actually. One of the best parts about Eve is that as Eve, you can bypass all of your enemies' wards and get your own deep wards down. Meanwhile, Helios is going to try his best to keep track of ThinkCard.
Look at ThinkCard's opening buy, though. It's pretty...
Ooh, yeah.
To be honest, pretty solo queuey. Longsword, no wards. Just going to farm up and do some damage, but... Meanwhile, Helios, double wards. Wants the vision for his team. You're seeing different styles here, but if the vision doesn't pay off, then who cares? And right now, the bot lane honestly holding pretty equal there. KX and Baby doing just fine.
Look at this ThinkCard, though. He's going for a wraparound gank. One of the ganks that's pretty much an Evelyn special here. If your opponent is pushed up, she is pretty much the only champion who can get in there. Does get a level up as soon as he hits level 5.
Moving in towards Inox, who does not have a lot of place to go, does not have flash. Big damage comes through, another cleaver in, but here comes Helios. Gets the cocoon onto ThinkCard, but they take another first blood. ThinkCard on the run away, and Helios connects.
He's in trouble!
Nien hits 6. He chases Helios down. He wants the double kill, and he picks it up. 2 kills for CLG to start out the game.
What a beast! Once again, CLG subs come up with first blood, and Nien gets that early start he wanted. He's making a great case for himself. MVP of the sub squad. Inox!
Flash Q comes in, auto attacks down, but the binding keeps Altec away.
Chaox, the other X.
Yep. Whew. It's 2 Ox in this game. 2 Oxen, rather.
All right, so well, I guess we want to take another look at that beautiful wraparound gank from ThinkCard. Into the bushes, Inox unawares, and there's no way you can get away from Mundo. One of the reasons why he was often picked against Kale. He gets level 6 off this kill, or the minion that dies right there. Cannon minion goes down, level 6, he turns on the afterburners and makes Helios pay for coming to gank his lane.
Man, beautiful stuff there. So that is a very emphatic lead in the top lane now for Counterlogic Gaming. 800 gold puts them up here. They looked decent against Dignitas. They got a bunch of kills for themselves.
They did get first blood last time too. This one is even more convincing though. This is a much bigger start for them because they're getting it onto Mundo. And Mundo, he creates so much dragon control if he gets ahead early. He can not only win his lane and force a discrepancy in teleport cooldowns, but if he goes to the dragon, he can not only tank it, but he can take it down with his percentage health cleavers as well.
Whoa, their ulti and a hotshot forces the wild growth out. Hotshot backs away, but Welter definitely trying to bully this lane out.
Yeah, and he has eked out a bit of a CS lead here against Hotshot as well. Forces him back, so the CS lead will increase a little bit. It's not gotten out of hand yet. Helios doing a good job controlling that vision around mid lane as well, which is going to help Pobelter in his efforts to bully Hotshot. Yeah. Post level 6.
And the builds keep differentiating a little bit though. Extra longsword boots for ThinkCard versus Helios still playing the vision game. They're just bringing different styles to the game. Of course, the combat sets of ThinkCard did get him that first blood. And Counterlogic Gaming's bot lane just holds equal. 6 minions, not a horrible deficit this early on. Chaox has hit level 6 as well. I do want to see when the recalls come through though, because I assume the F-Sword can be bought pretty cleanly now by Altec.
Yeah, both of those AD carries holding on to as much cast as possible. See what they decide to go with. Probably Trinity Forces. Pretty much the best Kog'Maw build early. Especially if they're playing against this all-in lane Trist Braum.
Ooh, Helios gonna face check out ThinkCard. Ulti is popped. There's
got no flash,
but a lot of damage coming through. The glitter lands and the auto attacks. Hotshot GG claims a red buff for the kill.
And Freak, you talked about this build here from ThinkCard going light on wards, heavy on combat effectiveness.
Yep.
He's making it work here.
Yeah,
now,
he is.
Just buying wards doesn't do everything. You need to actually place them and make use of the vision. Oh, they're cornered the dragon. This is terrible news. Teleport. Uh-oh.
Big risk. No flash on ThinkCard. Does survive for now with Lulu. And now Inox pulls Dragon Aggro. Big damage comes through, but EG pushing onto the bottom lane. Down goes Baby. Down goes Chaox. And CLG trying to force Evil Geniuses away. 3 for 0 in that dragon fight, though.
It all comes crashing down for CLG there with the bit of a greedy dragon call. Can Yen salvage this? That is too dangerous. There's no way. Yeah.
And in they go. The dragon cleanly picked up now by Evil Geniuses, and they have pulled the lead right back off of one bad dragon call of CLG.
Yeah, that is a tough break there for CLG. Bit off way too much. They had no close teleport here, so the teleport at the back for Nien. Well, there's a ward right there by Baby and Chaos. But he doesn't arrive in time. Altec gets the reset. Bunch of kills going to him. Static Shiv completed. Once again, CLG had the early lead, but falls apart there at the objective call.
So Kind of Logic Gaming forced to lick their wounds, down 1,400 gold. Nien still decent in this top lane, but he's soon to face a Rod of Ages Inox. Next time that guy goes back to base.
Yeah, Inox did get his hands in some of that money down by Dragon as well. Nien, though, he's taking that fight. And he's winning it.
Battle. I mean, Inox got a red buff, has to push Nien away. Good dodge. Does not get attacked by his slain kind. Pick ward goes down for CLG's favor. Walter says, I'm sad about that. Throws a bomb at him. 2 bombs at him. Oof. Will it be 3?
That's taking its toll on Hotshot here.
Ah. Ball 1.
Oh, it looks like there's going to be a fight up there in top lane, fighting over some ward vision.
Well, Nien, no ulti for half the time right now.
Card's got his ulti. Can they bait this one further?
Ooh. Think card was already revealed and a ward came down.
So what happens is, if your champion's in range, you can't see him in the bush, but as soon as there's a ward in that bush and you technically have vision inside the bush, then you get that exclamation point and they back off.
And out they go. So, Logic Gaming trying to claw back into this one. One bad dragon call, but Kaox really wants to fight.
Oh!
Nice timing on the black shield. Krepa gets a knockup, flash forced by Kaox, and in goes Altec. They want this fight, baby. A couple hits from dead, forcing the CLG bot lane away.
Nobody goes down, though. And they pick up almost all the CS.
Ah, 2 missed. Small 10 CS lead here for Altec, actually, who's got the finish static shiv and a pickaxe. Versus the Sheen Phage. Powelter going to get his blue buff back. Evil Geniuses, despite losing a buff on the first run around the jungle, have secured their jungle the second time. Nope, just kidding.
Yeah, they ping. So Evil Geniuses ping this out as well. Helios is pretty sure that Thinkard's stealing this away because they know they've got the actual timer. Thinkard does it anyway. Gets away scot-free. Keeping up that counter jungling pressure. And honestly, they're only behind that one dragon, so it's just that one objective. This is still salvageable by CLG.
It definitely is.
And definitely going to be a big, big player for them this game around as well.
Well, he's up 20 minions in the matchup.
He's been holding on to a lot of that gold, too. He hasn't brought that into play in the lane yet. He's at 2,000 gold in his pockets right now.
Jeez.
And he's bullying without, well. Inox is holding on to 1,000 as well.
Okay, Axe, no flash, 1 hit to dead. Altec gets the kill. Decides not to dive onto Baby, but still a great kill picked up. That dual lane doing nicely.
Yeah, kill pressure there from Braum Triss lane. Very scary. And they make it work the second time around after already blowing all the summoners there. Kaox still had heal, I think, just came up. See if Thinkard can make him pay.
Goes in for Altec, no ulti on for the Tristana. Thinkard with the ulti, with the flash. 1 Q from the kill. Can he get into Altec? He's trying. He's just out of range. There we go. Gets the solo kill. And Powelter on the mean side does get the kill onto Hotshot on the other side of the map. And mid lane under fire.
Uh-oh, this is a lot of territory for EG. They've got full vision over the red side jungle, too. Taking down the mid turret as we speak. Helios going to get some vengeance here. Thinkard does have his smite available, but CLG do not want to take this fight. They're outnumbered.
Smite goes to Thinkard, outsmites Helios, and out they go.
They don't have to take the fight. Well played there. Thinkard reigns supreme among red buff secures. So Hotshot kind of got baited in by Powelter here. Powelter had too many friends. That is not a fair fight.
Yeah, suddenly a Krepo appears.
Does he get... Oh, the bomb.
Oh!
There's nowhere for him to go.
Oh,
He walked back into it.
Yeah, he didn't want to hit the turret range, but unfortunately did go back to the bomb there. Third strike, you're out. So, the Bouts are holding dominance here in this mid lane, 2-0-1 on this Ziggs. Nien really trying to beat up Inox. Slowly but surely they are dealing damage here. Believe me, those health bars are going down. Especially when those hit.
The flasks, though, from Inox, constantly chugging on that, as well as the heals that come out very quickly because of cleaver spam. Hotshot still trying to peck away at Powelter.
He's not down significantly. A blasting wand does matter, but it's not the end of the world to be down 40 AP. Those bombs, though, those kind of hurt a lot. Hotshot's got to be a bit careful on this one. Miss a couple CS under the turret.
Oof.
26
The The double pink wards in the pixel bushes on both sides of the rivers for EG too. So wherever ThinkCard goes, EG are looking to keep tabs.
Gets the shield, gets the glitter lance, but the satchel charge keeps both are safe. The 2-1-1 ThinkCard though has been doing well for CLG so far this game.
Dragon is up as well. Both teleports ready. So CLG would really like if they could just delay EG. Chaos is not there though, so they don't have much threat.
Ian gets the top lane. Dragon goes down though. Uh-oh, ThinkCard tried to go in. Not gonna work on that one. Altec still on the chase. Kill already picked up. EG get a whole lot more. There's the push in the end, sorry. But that makes it 2 turrets. Going down in the meantime, now Chaos gets stunned up. He's got basically nowhere to go. Blocked up by Crepo, cannot pick up Altec. Good rocket jump to safety. More going EG's way, 2 kills in the Dragon.
Yeah, they've got complete control of this bottom side of the map here. Tristana is getting extremely dangerous. Pobelter comes down for good measure. They want to make this 2 turrets down on the bottom lane.
Looks like that'll be the case there. Helios takes some damage, but doesn't care too much. 4,000 gold. Now puts EG ahead. So aside from a couple of great early ganks by ThinkCard, CLG have not been finding good moves this game.
They lost so much momentum with that Dragon call. Definitely rough for them. The only guy still chugging away here, Nien, has made his way deep, deep into the EG base. CLG can answer some global gold here. Good move by Hotshot and ThinkCard.
Yeah. There we go. Equalize the turret score here. CLG only down 3 kills and a pair of dragons. Maybe they can pull it back. Nien still holds a level lead over Inox. Tells him to run away. Merc Trez maybe next for the guy. Hotshot also trying to keep some wards up. You see one put down right here. Huh.
There's so many pink wards. Man, he's got a lot of auto attacks. He's going to have to put into that bush. Is he into the bush too? Yeah, he got another one. Oh man, he did miss the sweep though.
That's true.
Doesn't get the regular
1 ward killed down.
Is he going to get the 3rd? He's going for the trifecta here.
Uh-oh. Hotshot looking for the triple kill. Whimsy's in. Oh, he misses it. Goes for the turret instead.
He peeked it out though. He'll go back for it.
All right, all right.
He wants to get damage on the turret while there's nobody here to defend it, so it's actually a good call for CLG. They want to get... Oh, baby.
Baby. He doesn't want to kill steal.
Yeah, his
support's job.
His auto attacks don't do that. Ooh. Inox could easily start this fight up down bottom.
He's yellow pig. For some damage on his own face, though. Fight has started for sure. Ignite is on. Hotshot gets the kill. Overextension by Inox. Turret goes down. Chase on a Helios. He does have flash, and he will not get chased out by ThinkCard. Altec pushing the top lane, though, trades the turret kills.
Another pickup for a kill on Inox, though. So CLG come out slightly ahead in that one. And they return for that pink mark. He was marked for death.
Yeah. Good job, observers. ThinkCard clears the cannon away. Hard to miss that one of Smite. There you go. Oh. It's okay,
Is Baby going to get that other pink ward, too? That's like 5 pink ward deaths in the last 30 seconds. No, that's been a minute, and it was 4.
Close, though. And CLG do keep control over their buffs. So honestly, ThinkCard has done a better job of holding on the non-dragon objectives than Helios. He is ganked, I would say, more ferociously. But EG have done a better job of the global objective control.
Yeah.
And the team fights.
The thing about Dragon in the current state of the game is that it by far outweighs the buff control. Even if you control 3 buffs for the first 20 minutes, giving up the dragons is going to be very detrimental. So much golden experience from that source. And
keep in mind the kills for EG. Altec's been a part of 6 of 7. The 3-1-3 Trist already has 2 completed items.
Ooh! 20-minute Edge Shiv combo?
Yeah,
oh.
That's good.
So CLG's strategy right now is definitely going to be take advantage of that Trist somehow. If they can find him, take him out early somehow, maybe ThinkCard flank around behind. Man, they don't have a lot of assassination damage, though. It'd have to be Chaos off on some side, maybe trying to get some long-range damage comboed with that Evelynn. See if they can pull it off, because right now Nien seems to be the focus. Inox is tying him up there, and the rest of the team's on the way. Can Nien buy time for the rest of his team?
Looks like
right
the rest
now,
get disinterested.
Yeah, right now he's buying time for Chaox to power up, and they need Chaox to be a big factor here.
Well, thankfully, Cogmon does have some free DPS just from levels, getting attack speed for his W. Maybe that could be enough to keep Chaox in a good spot, but he's going to recall back. Should have Cutlass, maybe some daggers.
The thing is, I thought Mundo was going to be a really big beast in this game because there's so much AP focus from EG, but Haltech has gotten so fed that he can actually rip through Mundo at this stage. Oh no, Nien just goes back right now, picks up a Warden's Mail. That will definitely help out.
Okay. Well, the damage output is mixed though from Evil Geniuses. Altec is big, but Pobelter also has 3 kills, also has 220 minions. He's got 2 big items at 20 minutes as well, so you've got to respect both of the major damage dealers of Evil Geniuses when they get to these team fights. Dragon in 25, the flash engage. They get the knock-up onto Chaox. There's a Ziggle. Black Shield comes through. Chaox gonna get jumped on now by Inox, though. Can he bring him down? Yes. One of the 2 Oxen has fallen, and now the chase continues. But Alter flashes the wall away from Nien, and the chase continues. Hotshot wants Poe, flashes away, actually. Nien's still in the mix, though. Can they chase down the Ziggs? The Lulu Glitterlance does do that. Think card escapes. Helios goes crushed by Nien. Inox gonna go down as well. Finally, they trade back on Nien, but CLG actually wins that fight 3-2.
CLG's AD carry goes down at the beginning of the fight, but so much was used that once Nien gets there, all of EG focusing him, CLG are able to claw this back and come out ahead in the fight. All right, let's take a look at exactly how he got. Oh, so it was a flash Q into ulti. There's not much Chaox can do there. And then they dump Pobelter's ult into him. Inox goes straight for him. Maybe does his best trying to do Morgana ult. But here, Nien joins the fight. And some wanky flashes here. Juking around the side. Nien finally gets in there, and a good glitter lance from Hotshot does take down Pobelter. But Nien in the middle, slowly burning everyone from the outside, soaks up a ton of damage.
And the tanky Mundo is working out. CLG, though, did burn every single flash to maneuver in that fight, whereas 3 are up for Evil Geniuses. They will claim the dragon on the respawn.
Yeah, in the aftermath, EG taking the dragon. This is a risky gambit. Though. If this pays off, though, it will be huge. EG aren't even checking it yet. Kog'Maw plus Mundo. Uh-oh.
Inox shows up. Ziggs just gonna like almost kill Think Card. He's got to be careful. There's the chase in for Inox. Ulti for Nien, but KX is at half HP.
Tristana's not there, so EG cannot hard engage off of that. Sneaky move from CLG. Risky. Doesn't pay off, but good attempt to get back to even.
Nien forced to run away. Gets the black shield. Doesn't necessarily need it, though. Altec starting to get a little bit of turret damage down. Nien actually loses a fair bit of health bars right there. Ruin King next for Altec. I like that build. I like the fact that he's...
to take down Mundo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a big help for them. Even though he's already got Infinity Edge, skipping the extra crits to go for percentage health damage.
Yeah. It's still a very good choice, though. Ruin King is awesome. Pinch with the Last Whisper, and you crush tanks out pretty nicely. Nien holding up in the front line, soaking up damage, trying to remove minions so they can push these down and keep the turret alive. And will EG's Siege actually work here? Keep in mind, it's only a 4,000 gold game. This is pretty close, to be honest.
The only thing, it's really hard for CLG to retake control of Dragon, because EG constantly have the timer on it, and every time they prep it, clear out all the vision. CLG having vision on Dragon after it's dead, it doesn't help them at all, because Evil Geniuses have the timer, so they clear it out a minute before.
Yeah.
And prep so well for it. If they can continue to hold on to that source of income, it's their ticket through this game. So CLG, see if next time maybe they can actually answer the Baron for it. Or maybe they can take some side turret.
Maybe. CLG getting a bit better at their calling, I would expect, throughout the lifetime of the team. Nien was a big shot caller there for his old team, Frank Fang Gaming. He wanted a bigger voice in the team. compared to when he was on CLG the first time around. HotGG, of course, extremely experienced, been playing competitive leagues since the beginning, basically. So yeah, there's a lot of experience on these players. KX, of course, been around forever as well. Was also the coach for Team Coast, who we'll be seeing later today. So, again, there's a lot of experience here. These guys know the map. They know the game. It's just a matter of putting it in practice in a close game like this one. CLG make the right calls, they win this game. EG have not always had great late game shot calling.
Uh-oh. Shot calling doesn't matter if you get picks, though. If you can get the right picks, then it opens up a lot. ThinkCard comes in.
Comes on in. ThinkCard takes a bunch of damage early, but he is still alive. The Morgul for Baby hits 3. They go in on Crepple. He flashed away, but here comes the end. Kayak finds 1. They go in towards Inox, who has no mana and now no health as well. Double kill for Kayak. Where's CLG going next?
Oh no, not towards the Baron. Okay. This is risky. That Tristan is really fed, guys, as well as the Ziggs. All right, they're shoving back up the lane. Okay. You can see the communication in action in their play.
Yeah.
Somebody calls Baron. So
someone else says, no, don't go Baron.
Yeah, and then someone else says, yeah, do it. No. They do have vision, though. They've at least gained a lot of vision control around this area. So that's a big step for CLG. They don't want to be blind around Baron. That is the worst position for them. Pretty big mid-game team fight, and they don't overcommit. Last time they got a big pick, they overcommitted to a dragon call. This time, they've already made the change in-game. What a call, though, from CLG. They flank, they find that pick, and they get 4 members Tristana's bottom lane, which is the reason they go for this, and ThinkCard keeping them slowed allows Baby to get that beautiful Morgana ult off, and a great job for CLG closing that gap just a little bit.
2,000 gold. Not a big margin at all 28 minutes in. And Chaos is powering up. His Ruined King is done. He can break through this Inox Maokai rather quickly.
Yeah, right now, both AD carries with their blades. The Tristana, though, has a lot more firepower.
Yes, she does.
So, I feel like it should be easier for Altec to kill Mundo, just not only because of the item advantage, but also because Trist naturally has that built-in counter from Mundo, cutting his health regeneration in half, if he can get his explosive shot active off.
Both pink wards getting attacked now. CLG
Teleport
goes to the flank. In comes the end, and here goes the battle. ThinkCard up in the mix. Baby pops the ulti, knocked up, and goes down to Braum. No stun comes through, but the chase is on in the end. Running out of health rapidly, trying to get away. The jump in. Altec gets it 2 for 0 so far, and the chase is going on. CLG on the run. ThinkCard turns back, pulls in Inox, who gets a slow on a hot shot. Altec goes in at Kayak, who flashes the wall and tries to get one back. It is the shutdown for Hotshot GG, and it's a 1 for 3 in that fight.
Hotshot's still alive. Look at that blinking Hotshot icon. He must have single digits right now. Cax and Hotshot, the 2 beta players, the only ones left up after that skirmish. So all in all, a 2 for 1.
Yep.
CLG used everything to initiate, though. Their teleport gonna be down. Yan comes in from the side. They got another good flank, but that Maokai ultimate soaks up so much damage. Yan on the back line keeps them occupied for a really long time, but ends up going down to that DPS from Altec we spoke of earlier. ThinkCard. See, how does Hotshot even get out of this? Flash. Oh, he's able to shield himself and get away.
That doesn't do enough damage.
Barely blinking.
A dangerous game, I think, plus
that's probably right.
The magic resist of his Athene's Unholy Grail. Only so much damage.
Hey, they got that dragon control back, though.
Yeah, they did, though. Counterlogic Gaming gonna put themselves back in a 2,000 gold game. 4-1 and 4 Hotshot.
They spent 3 pink wards down by Baron just before this move, too.
They didn't die last time. They fought over them instead, so that vision control's not gone. Those are still hurt from the first time around. CLG actually hold vision control right now. But KX on the other side of the map, which means EG have room to work with here.
Uh-oh. They're creeping in. KX is showing bottom. I don't know. This is a very risky play by CLG to have KX show bottom. Last time EG showed their AD carry down bottom, they lost out on one of those mid-game team fights. Chaos quickly clears the wave and heads up, though. Rest of the team does a good job keeping control, and Pobelter opted to go for his blue buff instead of forcing an issue with the fog of war around Baron for EG.
Oh, the engage on the end, though. Inox does land a bit of a knock-up. The chase in. There's the stun from Braum. The chase on in as well. Half HP pops his ulti and lives.
He's got a bit of cooldown reduction from his Spirit Visage.
Yeah.
But it hasn't maxed out yet. So that is a pretty good cooldown. Evil Genius has been able to take, and they might be rewarded with a tower. Yeah, CLG has to go all the way around.
Nicely done, Evil Geniuses.
Good
through the
pick.
game.
Don't be afraid to pick off a tank, by the way. If they get him away from the rest of the team.
Yeah, no Nian's killable is the thing. He's not that crazy durable without the ulti. It's part of the reason Mundo's so good.
It's big, yeah, it's Mundo's biggest strength. That's why he's the scaling tank.
But EG look for more pushing right now. They want to use the 20 seconds of no Mundo ulti to look top lane. CLG looking for a flank here, but this shirt's going down fast.
Really risky maneuver to go through that small corridor for CLG. Nian just rushes right through, though.
Does not care at all. Inox takes a bit of damage. Crepo walks back with his big shield. Stays okay. Last Whisper done for KX. Interesting. So really no crit at all for Kog'Maw. He's really just the Ruin King damage.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can kill Inox with that build.
I think that CLG, as we said before, they have to find some way to take Altec out of this. They have such a hard time taking down Altec. Because Evelyn, not the highest deep. Whoa, here we go.
Early Inox, a lot of damage. Ooh, wow.
Chaos!
This Maokai so low on health. Imagine if he had an Infinity Edge, that guy would be dead, but Nian wants it. Hotshot gets it. 1 for 0 so far. EG forced to run away. And Nian's going to have full health here, too.
That is the biggest player on Evil Geniuses. Having the tank gone means that CLG have so many options right now. Do they work with the Fog of War? Can they shove a lane? Oh, it looks like they can't shove a lane. Blue buff Ziggs. Pretty much their only option now has been reduced to this Baron pit. Gonna try and play with that Fog of War. 20 seconds and a teleport up for Inox. CLG should not take anything risky. Looks like they're going with the safe bait here. Just hoping they'll be able to catch somebody.
Well, CLG looked for the catch here. Cleaver actually hit Meteos. What a shot from Nian, but Repel's gonna keep him safe. 8 seconds on Inox, nothing gained.
Cleavers on a retreating Elise are very hard to get past those babies. But yeah, because of the wave situation for CLG, they weren't able to shove any turret. And the short death timer for Inox there with teleport available means they can't get anything besides the vision control of Baron. They do establish that, though, which is definitely an objective itself.
But even still, a really smart heads-up play by EG. They identified that bottom lane was pushing out. You saw how far forward Pobelter went, like clearing a minion wave, without vision, because he knows CLG has to go back to defend. It lets his team walk in, almost, you would think, carelessly to the Baron pit, but they know it's safe, that CLG has to react to the minions.
Hotshot runs up to this turret, though, pushing this mid lane really hard. And this time it's EG that are sort of out of position. Minion line's already here. They can get a little bit of damage on it.
Well, the Cashman has stayed alive. Belter tried to clear
a lot of it.
Look how fast this is going down. Chaos is crushing this structure. Turret goes down. CLG now 4 to 5 in kills, and they are 1,200 gold away.
This is an exciting game, Freak.
Yes, it is.
CLG subs on the brink of evening up the mid-game fight here. It's all about Tristana. She's not with the team right now.
On top of a ward, Cleaver does not land, nor does the Dark Binding. Those could have been picks right there.
Can CLG get some more harass down? If they can harass down even the front line like we saw before at the beginning of the fight.
They're kind of cut off, though. They've got to run through a bottleneck there against Ziggs, which is super risky. There's the minefield for Belter.
Mind off. Think cards around the back here. They're cornered up against CLG's base.
They've got to run towards the southern lane if they want to get anywhere. Unless EG want to fight this, but this could be the battle that determines who wins the game here. Nian and Crapo trading Qs. More harass from Chaos.
You gotta watch out for the Cocoon. A Miracle Cocoon through the middle on Chaos right now would be devastating. Got to watch the reaction from Baby. Black Shield. Okay, Cocoon lands onto Mundo. That's not a big deal, but they burn the Black Shield
there. Get in on KX. There's the knockups. He gets out. No, he does not. Inox claims the first kill. And the end of the front line goes down rapidly, 2 for 0. Now ThinkCard going to be the third casualty. No, he flashed away, but they chase on towards Baby. Littleland's trying to slow him down. Double kill for Altec. He finds Hotshot GG. 2 shots from the kill, but still a 3 for 0.
Black Shield used on the Mundo who's already cocooned, and EG immediately jumped right on him. Inox got into Twisted Advanced range of KX, and KX had no chance to get out there. Very quick fight win for Evil Geniuses.
So 25 seconds. Do EG go for the Nexus? Looks like yes. 37 minutes in, they've finally clawed their way back in this game. ThinkCard pushed down. Turret number 1 is gone. 10 seconds on the revives. 5 versus 2. Turret number 2 going to be going down for Evil Geniuses, and they want the Nexus. ThinkCard tries to defend. So does Hotshot. They will be pushed away, and that is the game. In 37 minutes, EG are 2-0 in Super Week.
Well-deserved win, and they really had to work for it. EG, this was not going to be a walk in the park. CLG put up a very strong fight, but EG with a great engage there to determine the game. They bait out the Black Shield and immediately take out Chaos.
And the hugs come out, Crepo and Hotshot. It's got to be good feelings all around. CLG, they're putting up good fights, and that's got to feel good. Even if they don't win any of their games this week, you see them fighting so closely, winning battles, first blood from ThinkCard every single game. I can't really say that you can hate on any member here of this team. At the same time, you really got to hope these LCS teams can keep the victories coming.
Yeah. I mean, as much as the fan vote is going pretty heavily for the CLG subs,
well, sure.
These LCS teams definitely have something to prove in these matches.
Yeah, they're high-stress games.
Exactly.
Like they're worrisome, to be honest, but so far it is working out. We've seen Dignitas pull up their only win so far of the week against the CLG squad. Evil Geniuses keeping that 2-0 dream alive. They're now back 1 game behind Complexity, 2 games behind Curse. Again, they can own both tiebreakers. Even if you don't make necessarily 6th place, getting 7th is still a leg up, of course. You face an arguably easier team in the promotion tournament. That is going to be the reality for 2 of those teams there, of Curse, EG, and Complexity. Only one of them can get that 6th place spot.
Yeah.
So position, really important, even if it's not 6th place.
EG are on a roll right now. They are performing so much better towards the tail end of the split, which is something that is to be expected. They had a lot of roster changes in the beginning. Even coming into the beginning, they didn't expect to be at the top, coming back from relegations. But then going through all the mid-season roster changes, as so many North American teams did, it takes a long time incorporating a Korean, working on that shot calling. They had a lot of problems to work on, and they've made a lot of improvements.
Yeah, they have. Evil Geniuses continue to strive at the very end of this and push themselves up. The road towards 6th place is in front of them, of course. So they just got to keep sort of regrouping. Again, the best week of their competitive careers, if they can make it happen, if they can make that 4-0 dream come alive, could be a playoff spot.
It's in the works now, and they showed up pretty big. I think this Maokai thing is definitely going to be a bigger target as we get deeper and deeper into Super Week, especially if things like Gragas are being banned out.
Yeah, and he's this really great utility top laner where he brawls the 1v1 pretty well. He's not an Italy where it's like win your lane, win the split push, brawl your opponents. It's great because it's a type of top laner I was expecting to see for a while, like the Malphites and the Jarvans of the world, where you hold up the one-on-one. Like, you'll pass, but your goal is to team fight. That is Maokai. He wants the 5-on-5. He wants to be in the battle. He play aggressively with
He
him.
works extremely well in this AD carry age where people are waiting for their Trist or their Kog'Maw for late game because he is one of the best peeling tanks in the game.
It works both ways, too, because he makes a front line unkillable. So, like, how do you
deal
with
Chaos there on the receiving end?
Yeah, right. And that's the thing is you have to really then key into, if you're playing hyper carries, are you buying Bloodthirster 3rd? Are you buying these defensive stats? Because then you can't break down a Maokai anymore. It actually puts more emphasis on the AD carries to itemize right to break down tanks because they're getting really big once again, and that is a thing to keep in mind with these
Blade of the Rune King, almost necessary now. Mandatory build.
It's a mandatory item there. Well, you've heard what we've had to say about the game, so let's throw it over to the analyst desk to hear what the pros think on that match.
Thanks, Freak. I want to welcome the bot lane from EG, Altec, and Crepo to the desk after another solid win, starting 2-0. Yeah, solid win. You guys definitely pulled it together. We're gonna get into what you guys did well. All right, don't worry. Starting the Super Week off 2-0. That's got to feel good, keeping that 4-0 dream alive and that playoff spot in your sights. So, Crepo, just talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, we were driving to the studio full of hope, and then we were watching the Dignitas match against Curse. And then, yeah, all hope vanished again because Curse won, and so we have to go 4-0. And then this match, we were confident, but it was a little iffy. Let's face it, it didn't go as planned. I'm just really relieved we won today.
Well, so let's jump right into it then. Altec, you guys started down 3-0 in kills for the game. So how do you regroup when that kind of knocks you off kilter? There's so much importance on the map. What were the calls? What were the steps to be taken to get back into the game?
Since their comp was just protect the Kog'Maw comp, we did really well bottom. So the Kog'Maw got kind of shut down early. So I was a lot stronger than them. And I think as a team, we have played together a lot more and have more experience together. Whereas they, even with leads, I don't think they'd be able to come together and close out the game.
So were you taken off guard by how coordinated they were, or did you just exploit those little holes and lack of coordination? What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like the ways we went down weren't necessarily them being overly coordinated. The first 10 minutes of the game are very solo queue-esque still. It doesn't take a fully coordinated team like to kill your jungler or like get a solo kill or whatever happened. They had some nice roams. On bottom though, you could feel the difference between like us being able to play together and Baby Eater and Chaox being new to each other. So I'm really glad we won that lane, because if we didn't, then I'd feel a little ashamed. You know, I might as well call it quits then. But yeah, actually this entire game was about baiting Black Shields. I feel even on lane, every time we managed to get that Black Shield down, I could flash in, tag Chaox, and he would have to flash. Johnny would follow up immediately, and even in fights, the last team fight as well. Get the Black Shield, and then Maokai, even though he had a really, really hard laning phase, he's just, I'll flash W to Kog'Maw, and well, this fight's won.
So to touch on that Maokai real quick, with these hyper carries, like Kog'Maw specifically, being so immobile, are we going to see Maokai in pretty much every match because he can shut them down or engage on them so easily?
Yes, because I think when Maokai just flash Ws you and just slows with Q and E, you can't really do much, and you have to flash. And as long as Maokai's team has follow-up, then there's pretty much nothing you can do.
All right, and I want to get into a team fight here at 29 minutes in the game. We're going to get the replay up on your screen. Crepo, walk me through this, because Altec, you're down bottom during most of this. It's a 3-for-1 that starts off near the Baron, and it trails off to the right-hand side. So
yeah, I don't remember how we got in the situation. I guess we needed the pressure, but they catch us off guard.
Oh, this is the other one.
This is the other one, yeah. They come in, and basically what happens here, like, we kite back. That's what we want to do. We're getting the Braum ulti, and look at Kog'Maw and Lulu. That's what the goal of our fight. We can focus the tanks if they're on that Braum ulti. We can tag Kog'Maw again. They're at the other side of the wall. And that's how we keep winning these fights. If we can kite backwards, that's one option, you know. Separate their carries from their tanks, and then just blow up their tanks, because we still have a really strong AD carry. The other way you can go about the fight is just go ham, go aggressive, and jump past their front line and just immediately blow up their backline. That's what they did in the last fight. So that's a good fight for us. We had a couple of bad ones where we got caught off guard by just Eve coming around. So we try to protect our flanks with pink wards, but sometimes, yeah.
But is that where you feel the weakness of this CLG roster is in the current state, is that they're choosing champions that will individually make a play or a pick here or there, but when it comes to the team fights like that, you guys have the upper hand?
Well, their comp was protect the Kog'Maw comp, and it requires a lot of coordination, whereas they're new as a team, and I don't think it's really there yet, but they still pulled a really good fight.
It's really hard to play that comp. I mean, if you look at it, they have no really hard engage. Like, they can fish with binds, like cleavers, Lulu Q, but what is their engage? It's just catching people with an E flank and then relying on Kog'Maw being incredibly big, and luckily we got to shut him down at least a little bit in the early game. He came back really well in the mid game, and it was a really, really big threat, but it's a very, very complex comp to play, so props for them for actually trying it, and it almost worked.
All right, let's jump into one more replay just to kind of close out the gameplay itself. 36 minutes in, another 3-for-0. Altec, talk to me about this one. This is kind of the fight where we see that flash engage by Maokai and how effective it is. Yep,
so right here, Helios cocooned and Black Shield wasted, and Kog'Maw's too far forward right here, and we just kill him through the Lulu ulti. And we just right here sit on Nian because they have no damage to follow up, and we just kill Eve afterwards and push mid to win the game. But it all started with not timing the Black Shield or not saving it for the Kog'Maw, because if Kog'Maw dies, then their whole comp falls apart.
Absolutely. Now, final question. We're just looking forward at the rest of the matches for both the day and this week. You guys still have yet to play Complexity and LMQ. So will you be watching the LMQ matches, the LMQ match that's yet to be played today? And then what are you guys looking to do in the games tomorrow?
Well, we'll obviously watch the matches if we can. I'm a little afraid. I think LMQ will be slightly more organized than the CLG. And ever so slightly. So we'll have to play better. But the dream's alive. For all the dream.
Yeah. Well, LMQ is actually also playing Curse, so I imagine you will pretty much be glued to your chairs during that game. All right, guys. Well, congratulations on your win here, for keeping the dream alive. Best of luck in the 2 games you have left to play. Now we're going to go off the riff while the teams load in for the next match, TSM versus Tignitas. And we'll take a look at what you've been writing on Twitter when we come back. The North American continues. North American LCS continues after this.
Wait, who is Shaq on late game? Mid late for Dragons and Barons. It's on think card. For early invades, it's on think card. I'll do the rest.
Wait,
like
can I do the
everything
rest?
else, I'll do the rest.
Can I do the rest?
The
Or
rest
can we just
on
both
what?
do the rest? Like rotations
Sure.
and stuff?
Holy. No, just leave it to me. Leave it to me.
Chaos did a good job last time.
No, I can do a good job too, trust me. Rock, paper, scissors.
Think card on the run away, and Helios connects.
he's in trouble!
He hits 6. He takes the Helios down. He wants the double kill, and he picks it up. And now Inox pulls Dragon Acro. Big damage comes through, but EG pushing onto the bottom lane. Down goes Baby. Down goes Kayak. Think card escapes. Helios goes crushed by Nien. Inox gonna go down as well.
They burn the black shield there.
In on Kayak. There's the knockups. He gets out. No, he does not. Inox claims the first kill. The end of the front line goes down.